Hi guys, James here. Hope you're well and all have had a fantastic week. So what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd give you a bit of some thoughts basically onto a recent experience I've had with regard to what I call winning the sales race. And this was an opportunity. I've been thankfully or given the honour of being asked to be someone's best man. And so what I thought I'd do is I thought, well, how am I going to bring together these 20 guys and we're going to head to Barcelona for the weekend. How am I going to do that, and what's the best way? So I thought, well, let's try and run a sales race here and reach out to a few companies out there and see if they can help me. And what you'll see is that I've written a blog on this, and the blog's full of a lot of information and details here. The video is a snapshot of it. We'll provide a link in the video itself. But I thought I'd just give you some of the key themes that came from the engagement I've had recently with 3 of these organisations that I invited to quote for my business, and give you maybe a few points on why I think the company that won actually won the sales race in this case. So the first thing I think from my perspective is that all of the companies, when I was looking to try and find the right solution, I went online, I searched online, and that's a case, probably another blog that we'll talk about another time. But actually, I searched online, I found some companies. What was really important for me then was actually being in a position where I could contact them at the time and place that suited me. I was doing this in the evening. So actually, the companies I looked at all had a professional website and all had a simple contact form that enabled me to put my name, my contact details, my phone number, address in, and let me submit that. And I was using that as the test. There are a couple of companies actually that actually said I had to call them. And I was like, well, actually, I don't want to have to call you. The decision's with me to make on how I want to reach out to people. And so from my perspective, the key lesson here is make it really easy for you to for your customers or potential customers to engage with you. Don't actually make, it's not your decision to make. Let them decide how they reach out to you, and make it really simple to do, and make the site, whether it's the form you've got, professional, look engaging and enticing, and you'll get potential people reaching out depending on the nature of the query that they have. So I guess the second thing is, once I submitted the form, the key thing was for me then was how quickly they're going to be to respond. So I have a belief that actually if companies take a long time to respond when you're potentially asking them to do business, what are they going to be like when you actually become a customer? Are they going to be as slow to respond? So from my perspective, I was saying, okay, let's see how quickly they take to reach out to me. And in some cases, I had 3 companies that I appealed to. One came back to me within 12 hours, one within about 24 hours, and the third one within around about 36 hours. Now, the point being, by the time I'd received the response from the first company, I'd already sort of got an idea of what I could do. They'd give me some thoughts. They were ahead of the game already. And it's well proven from a sales perspective that those that are first to respond generally get the first mover advantage. So my second theme, which I'd say is a really key thing for you in your business to do, is respond. And be able to respond so that you can be ahead of the game. Even if you have to do that automatically, at least it gives the customer or the prospect, who's submitted that information, a feeling that actually someone's looking after this for me. With the company that I selected third, it took 36 hours. I didn't know even my query had been even handled by someone. By that stage, they were behind the race and actually, in this case, missed out on the business itself. So I guess the key thing, the third thing for me is once I'd received the information, what I was really keen to understand is, did they understand me? The key element to sales that I've always believed is seek first to understand and then be understood. And I put some requirements in the form that I wanted to see if they could respond on. Were they just going to give me a generic response, or would they try and understand who we were, or who I was as a customer, and provide a response based upon that? And in their responses, did they look professional? Did they look like the company that I wanted to put mine and my colleagues and the people that are going with me on the party? Did I want to put that money with those guys? So I guess the key thing for me here is be responsive. Be in a position that you can understand the customer's requirements and respond with that requirement, and also be in a position where you look professional in your quote. Even if it's a templated quote, most people are aware that it's a template. Be able to look professional in that way and give something back that makes people feel that you are a good company for them to do business with. I guess the fourth thing for me then was actually, now I've got these quotes, who's going to want the business more? And I was really interested to actually see how many people then, once they sent the quote to me, reached out. And I was really impressed by 2 of the companies who actually reached out 3 times over the course of a period of about a week or so to actually say, had I made a decision? Did I have any other queries? Have any other questions? And I thought that was really good. It shows what good sales is about. And traditionally, good sales and most sales are made not necessarily on the first to the second or third interaction, but on the 4th, 5th, or even 5th to 12th interactions. So I guess my message here really is never give up on a potential customer until you've heard back from them as to whether they want to go forward with you. And also be in a position where you're trying to be honest and be personal with them. one of the reasons why one of the companies got ahead of the other one is that they actually resonated with me. They talked to me that they'd been to, we're going on to Barcelona on the trip, and they said they'd been there, and it made me feel it was a personal engagement. It made me feel that I actually sort of knew them. And they also, two of those companies told me the name of the person involved. And again, people buy from people. So actually being able to understand who I was engaging with and speaking to, and not just a company, but I was actually speaking to person X, was really important. And I guess the fifth thing then for me in terms of the theme was actually I had to make a decision. I had two companies that were really quite close. So it was then a case of, well, how do I go forward? And in the end, I actually felt that the company that won the business in the end was the one that actually gave me, if you like, a bit of a deal at the end to sweeten the things. And obviously, it's got to be a right deal commercially. But I guess the theme here is, if you can be in a position when you're in a competitive space and can offer something that makes your customers feel good, and I, in this case, felt like I'd won something, I'd got something more, then I think it makes such a big factor. And the one company was like, no, this is our price and this is how we're staying. And the other company said, okay, well, if we can close the deal now, we'll offer you this in exchange. And it made me go, okay, fair enough. I think that's worthwhile. So I guess the final theme then is sometimes you have to, to make decisions, and to win business and to win in sales, you have to maybe just offer something that can bring the customer over the line. And it's got to be commercially right, but if you can offer something, whether it's a small giveaway or something that you can afford to, it could help you win that bit of business. So those are my 5 themes. Head over to the blog and have a look. The link will be provided. And I hope the video was useful. If there's anything we can do to help you drive more sales in your business, please let us know. We're really happy to help. Have a great weekend, guys.